There was once a man who had lost everything: his job, his home, and even the ones he loved most. His world was collapsing around him, and no matter how hard he tried, nothing seemed to change. Darkness engulfed his heart. He reached the point where hope felt like a distant memory. Every day felt heavier than the last, and he wondered if he could ever rise again. In his darkest hour, he whispered a quiet plea, a call for help, for guidance, for just a glimmer of light in his life. That evening, with no clear destination, he wandered the streets, until he found himself at a park. He sat on a bench, lost in thought, when an elderly woman approached him. The old woman, a stranger to him, sat down and began to speak. "You've lost your way, haven't you?" she asked gently. "I've seen that look before. But believe me, even in the darkest night, there is always a light waiting to be found." He didn't believe her words. "There's no light for me," he said. "I've tried everything, but nothing works." The woman smiled and lit a small candle. "Do you see this light?" she asked. "This flame is small, yet it can push away the darkest shadows. It only needs one spark to keep it burning. Just like this candle, hope is small, but it can change everything." For the first time in weeks, he felt something stir inside him. Could hope really be that small, yet powerful? "The darkness isn't meant to last forever," she continued. "You must become the light that you seek. Even when all hope feels lost, it can still be found within you." He took a deep breath and stood up. Her words resonated within him. Maybe, just maybe, there was still a chance to rebuild his life. He began to make small changes in his life. A cleaned room, a walk through the park, and a new sense of purpose slowly began to replace the despair that once held him captive. Day by day, he grew stronger. Physically, mentally, emotionally. With each step forward, he realized that he was becoming his own light, slowly pushing away the darkness. As the darkness receded, he rediscovered passions he thought were long gone. He began to create again, pouring his heart into his work. His newfound hope began to spread to others. He helped his neighbors, supported his friends, and his light started to illuminate those around him. With time, he rebuilt his life, piece by piece. What had once been broken now began to take shape into something stronger, more resilient than ever before. One day, he found himself sharing his story of hope with others. What had once been his deepest pain had transformed into a beacon of light for those in need. Grateful for the wisdom he had received, he wrote a letter to the elderly woman, thanking her for showing him the light when all seemed lost. Now, as he sat at that same park bench where his journey began, he realized how far he had come. The light within him was brighter than ever before. When all hope seems lost, it is not the end. It is the beginning of a journey toward the light that already exists within us. Because even in the darkest moments, there is always a light waiting to be found. And often, that light is within us.